Welcome back.
Another episode. 6.
Yes, sir. Well,
honestly, this was the most serious episode that actually was like, this is getting dark.
Yep.
It's getting real. Like, the first 5 episodes, you had the lighthearted, yes, they tried to slip in some jokes in this episode. But I at first, when we got back to the hotel and everyone was starting to realize that they were trapped on this floor, any which way they went, like the windows led to the other room.
Time is frozen.
Stair went, right. That was a cool, like,
Yeah.
when he discovered that, I'm like, okay, so what does this mean? Like, what happens from here? Because this is now a serious devil. This is something that control time and space, let's say. Like, it controls. You're not getting out.
it did say that on the 8th floor, I'm basically invincible.
Correct. The Eternity Devil. I was waiting to figure out what it was.
That's what the whole episode, I'm
Yep.
like, okay, every devil revolves around a fear that society has.
Okay,
But
I wasn't sure about
there
that.
is like, that's how they grow.
Okay,
devils
well, yeah,
are
'cause
the
I guess
fears
that's
that
by
society
power.
have, and the stronger the fear, the stronger the devil.
Okay.
And there is a huge fear about living forever. Like when people say, like, could you imagine you just like wake up and there's never a day where you don't ever wake up again? It's just you repeat
Like
your
the
habits.
Sandman? I could do that.
Forever.
Remember the deal he made?
Well, that's a really big fear, though, that a lot of people have. So
To
it
live
makes
forever.
sense, yes, that
I'd
it
love
makes
to.
Well, a lot of people wouldn't, which is why the
like, as
devil
long as I
exists.
say, like, sort of, like, obviously, if this is the worst I ever could get.
It's
then-
your mental state. In about 35,000 years, there was that really good episode of Sandman.
Yeah, that's
where
all
the
I
guy
keep
was
going
like,
back,
"I
like,
promise you, I will not
He had a
lose the
couple
will
bad
to
years.
live."
He had a couple bad centuries.
He had a bad century, two
It's
bad
fine.
centuries, right?
It's good.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? There's always the next one.
And you know what? I don't think it would even be centuries. I feel like after about 10,000, 20,000 years, where you can't even like form a relationship with anybody else
Right,
because
'cause everything
you
dies.
can't stand to watch anything else die, so you
Right,
seclude
right.
yourself.
All right.
And it's the
That's a
most
tough part.
useless existence because, yeah, you live forever and you can enjoy it with no one.
For the time being. For a blink of an eye.
No, forever. You
But
can
anyway.
enjoy it with no one forever.
We're getting off track here.
No, I
Episode
think that's why the devil's so
sort of-
strong, though. I mean, it relates
I
to
guess
like
that is some insight because I honestly didn't know where the strength came from and why, but I guess you saw it in the episode.
in the bullet. It had a bullet. That's the other reason why it's strong.
Okay.
So on top of the fear that society has over living forever, it is also having one of the gun devil's bullets.
But
so
you also
it
saw the
amplifies
fear
its strength.
of the devil hunters, like hunger. Like the girl lost it.
You know what I loved
immediately.
about it? I loved how realistic like they portrayed the hunters. Like devil hunters are just people that go out and fight these extraterrestrial things they know nothing about.
Like, how
and
can
a
you
lot
just
of those
apply for this
times
job?
people lose their shit. And
Yeah.
I liked how realistic that was. I really did.
She was given the option that I forgive me, I don't know her name, but she was given the option by her parents to get her brother through college, be a sex worker or a devil hunter. You know, now she was definitely wishing to be a sex worker
Yeah.
because that's her
OnlyFans
finite
is
job.
sex
man.
worker. You don't even have to touch anybody.
If
Sell some
only we
feet
could do
pics
something
and
like that.
yeah, you could.
To them little
The
toes
market
up
for men
there.
is it's real small. It's real small. There's just a lot of lonely dudes out there that'll like pay just to get an interaction with a female. So
Oh, I couldn't. I'm too cheap for that.
I
I'm
am
far
also too cheap for that.
Like, I'd like to even give it a whirl and see what happens.
She's like, I'll
but
rate your dick for $10,000. No.
rate it.
No.
I rate it poorly every day. Okay? I rate it poorly every day. I don't need someone else to tell me that.
I don't need someone else to tell me it's also not the level.
Wow, that is subpar,
Oh
my friend.
God.
Thank you.
Talking about getting off track. But I love the fact that like it's an accurate portrayal, and it felt like a horror movie, didn't
It
it?
did. I love that vibe,
Yeah, I did
man.
too.
I definitely like, and
I did
as
too.
the devil grew, you know me, I think anime really does mouths, hands, and eyes fucking creepy.
It opened 12 mouths
Yep,
to
it was
swallow
one
Denji.
after another. And did you see I think it was the ghost hand had the mouth here, like
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, which this is just another version of.
Yeah.
But I actually got to see and so you got to see Aki actually care about Denji, which was wild to me because he just aligned that comfortability with him because they both want the Gun Devil dead.
Yeah, and when he
Now,
sees him
obviously,
as a
different
true asset
reasons.
to get that accomplished too. So yeah,
I think he has powers. Obviously, Aki's is weak because the Fox Devil couldn't get into the hotel.
I don't think anything could get in. To be fair, unless it was already
Denji
there, I
was
don't
in
think.
there, and he is the devil.
Yeah.
he is a devil.
And I love how they were like coming up with like reasoning as to like what the devil, why it wasn't attacking, why it was asking them to kill Denji instead
Right.
of it killing it, because why wouldn't it just do it? So
Right, 'cause it seems strong
By
enough.
the end of the episode, Denji, you could see he's trying his like tiny brain is like starting to
Yeah.
like turn over, and he's like, wait a
definitely
minute,
small brained.
I could just fight this thing. It clearly is afraid of me. And then
Which I didn't think that, but when he brought that up, I was like, okay, like it is. Why wouldn't it try to kill him? Because okay, so yes, Eternity Devil, it's scary living for eternity, but being ripped apart by multiple chainsaws for as long as you could take,
I have a theory
that sounds horrifying.
That the chainsaws are powerful, but there's something else about Pochita as a devil that we will find out way later. I think.
Okay, like there's some like secret.
Yeah, like he was like some top tier devil.
No, that little dog thing was not a top tier devil.
Sometimes it's like be less unassuming.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, I definitely have to find out. I was hoping the whole episode, hopefully not. What's with the sword?
Man, is it another devil
that couldn't come out of the sheath?
We have a gun devil.
Well, of course we have. So
why wouldn't we have a sword devil?
So do you think he has multiple contracts with devils? But like it takes life off of him. It takes years off of it. Dude, and I thought that was like, okay, so this thing's because they were like, it will beat this devil. Yeah. It will get us out of here, but we can't do it. I'm like, why? Okay, how many years?
I don't even know if you know.
Is it like 10 or is it a risk roll the die?
When he uses the fox devil, it's like physical. You can see what it takes from you.
Right.
The sword, it's like you can use it as much as you want, and I feel fine. Except if you use it too much, could you imagine like 3 weeks you're just done? Because it took I guess like it could decades off your life. I wouldn't want to use that bitch either.
I was like, well, why carry it around? I got super desperate. Yes. If he found the gun devil, he would use it.
It's in a coin flip situation. I either use it or die. That's why you have it.
And you saw the relationship between the ghost hand, one-eyed girl and Aki. They're very close.
She's lost so many partners that like the idea, and she really, I think she likes him. I don't know if that's a thing.
I think
is it platonic?
We're teetering on the edge of a big orgy. I think there's 4 to 5.
Yeah, you know what? Power would be down.
Power, of course, after she ate all the food without telling anybody.
And that's what they're going to tell. If you beat the gun devil, Denji, you get all of us.
God, sign me up. Sign me the fuck up.
I'm liking the way that this like devil is like unfolding. I think in like maybe next episode it's dead.
I was hoping that like when he jumped in, it didn't even give us a glimpse of anything. He just yanked and jumped, and then it was credits.
And did you watch the ending? It was basically like a retelling of the episode.
And like that on the credits?
And it still ended with Denji jumping down.
Watch credits.
I don't usually either, but and I know like one thing that
probably should.
A lot of people will probably get mad at me for, which is I skip intros and outros.
Yes and yes.
99% of the time I do that. There's a few shows where I'm like, I refuse to skip it.
I like the intro because I like that music, but I still skip it because it saves you a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Like, granted, now we always bitch about how the show is only 20-some minutes.
It's the worst part of anime.
It's, that's not what we're there. We're for the meat. We're there for the meat of it all.
That's why I love Netflix so much. When, like, good anime comes out on Netflix, I'm so excited because I get to watch
You burn it through in a day, and then what?
It's great.
Then you're done.
You watch a movie and you wait 2.5 years, 3 years to watch a sequel?
Let's be real. How many movies do you watch nowadays?
No, but it's like the same model of a movie.
You see the box office struggling.
I'd rather get 10 hours of a show at my leisure than have you say, for the sake of advertising and making money, we're going to let advertisers let this trickle out over.
Look, somebody's got to make their money.
Oh God, it's always the billionaires.
I could lose a little bit if I didn't.
Those poor animators at Mappa probably don't make any money at all. I mean, it's out there that it's the work-life balance is not great. But my God, you see what they're making.
You see it. They choose to do it. They have a skill that people reap the benefits of, and then they make shows like Chainsaw Man.
I might be talking out of my ass. I wonder if there's any independent studios where it's just like a bunch of people that are good at it that get together. Maybe there are. I have no idea.
Honestly, that'd be a question for you guys. See if you could let us know something that's like maybe by an independent studio.
Yeah,
that could definitely.
I'd like to give, and if there is, try to watch some of their stuff to see.
Yeah, just to see, obviously, I wouldn't expect like the quality to be so good as like Mappa.
No.
But like
those people don't have lives.
Right.
You see the show?
You see that?
God, it's insane.
So you saw with the animation, we're talking about that. Like that devil was wicked. All the faces, all that, like the movement of it.
Well, that was a lot of CGI too.
Which
but that's the great part about this show. That it gives CGI a really good name.
We're in a day and age that use something that helps you.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't take you out of the experience. Right. And this show blends 2D and 3D so good.
Like I think when you think of CGI, it's just one of the most recent shows we watched.
Berserk. It's fucking awful. Although the story's great.
Well, yes, you've spoken to me about that, but like I'm talking about like CGI as a whole. If you think of Rings of Power,
yeah.
Remember the episode with the dog?
Yeah.
That dog looked real fake. But on the other hand, you have House of the Dragon. The dragons looked as real as you think they could be.
There was only 1 or 2 instances in that show where the dragons, like, were spewing fire in the cave,
Yeah.
where it was like, that looks terrible.
Right, but other than that,
fantastic.
so now
as
this
well.
is CGI with animation, and I think they're doing a great job. It was a short episode, a lot to unpack still, because hopefully next episode, the girl's losing her mind, tried to kill Denji. The guy also wants to
Someone's
get
got
out.
to knock her out.
She already been knocked out once, for
Again.
Christ's sake.
Put her out again.
Like,
She's a liability.
She is, and she might
Yeah.
now. Power, actually showed she does. Well, I was going to say she has some compassion, but she really doesn't.
Not really.
She's personal gain of who's going to cook me food.
Yeah.
To stop Aki's blood from pouring out everywhere.
And I'm really
I thought
liking
was
Aki
strange.
as well.
The more we learn about him, you're growing. But I
Yep.
expected more from Power's ability to. I know she has full control over her blood.
Yeah.
But you would think some milder, better control over others. Like
I
blood
assume
is
she
blood.
stopped his bleeding, though, right?
Yeah.
So if she did,
she has to try
pretty
harder
good.
for that.
Maybe she just has to grow that ability to where she's going to be like the healer of the group.
Which would be, well, that'd be wild.
You got DPS, which is Denji.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe
I'd say Aki.
Denji.
Did
Well,
you-
Denji's a glass cannon. If he
Yes.
uses that sword, big glass cannon.
Aki, here's the thing. So, like, although you saw him kick the knife out the girl's hand the first time.
Yeah.
You saw he has some speed. But I really thought his skill was going to come with, like, hey, he's a swordsman. But no.
I guess he
You
could
can't-
be.
Could be, but we can't
Whenever
touch
he pulls it out.
He should have another sword that's like just a sword.
Yeah. Don't make a contract for your life.
Right. Just
hear me
carry
out.
a weapon.
How about a katana? It's a katana.
Like, this one is the one you use, and then this one, hell breaks loose.
It's like The Witcher.
Yeah.
I have a steel sword and a silver sword. This one's for men. This one's for monsters.
Done.
You can have
Love it.
I'm going to die. I need to pull sword, and I wish a motherfucker would sword. So,
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I agree.
It was just, I don't know. I think next episode, you said it right. I think we're going to get the end of this because if they pulled off another episode of very limited, because they're on the hunt for the real devil still. We still haven't even found that one.
I'm here for the horror element, though.
Because the
in
bullet
this arc.
stopped. Yes. I don't think we've ever watched something that's like, I don't think Jujutsu Kaisen was quite horror.
Oh, it definitely had dark elements, yeah.
But this episode gave you that feeling. It's dark. Something bad's going to happen. And then obviously lighthearted. But, I hope next episode we see we're going into the devil. We're jumping in.
I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. I have to look up. I don't know if it's going to be
that's a good
24 or like 12. I
I'm
assume
saying
it's going to be
12.
like 12, yeah.
12 seems to be about
Next week is already week 6. No, this was week 6.
This is 6.
Yeah, we're going into
So
week
if we're
7.
halfway, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because we're getting closer. We're going to find something that uses the bullet. And we might get close. I don't think we're going to find the gun devil. But
The Gun Devil will be in this season. The arc, I don't
glimpse.
believe, will be over by the
I
end
just
of the
want to
season.
see him.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I hope they really do him cool as opposed, and he can be human-like, but maybe he transforms just like Denji does.
Stupid ass internet. I saw some renders of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
See, this is why we don't die.
I don't search for it or anything. It's just
Google
scrolling.
Google knows.
Bam.
Your phone knows. Everything knows what you want to
But
see.
what I did see, it looks fantastic.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, don't ruin it for me.
I'm not
I
going
want to be surprised.
Just I really did like the look.
good.
So if it looks what I saw,
Hopefully
that'll
they will.
look great.
Because obviously it is a manga, and there is a representation
Exactly,
we
yeah,
could find,
right.
and which now that I'm fearing that if I have to look up a picture of something, I will find
And
it. but-
apparently, it's being adapted really well.
Okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So
The manga community is like, keep going,
hate
please.
to keep coming back to Rings of Power, but
You'll never stop.
You see according to fans of that, you see what you're supposed to do with Chainsaw Man and what not to do
That's right.
with Rings of Power.
Rings of Power should be used as an example until the end of time about how not to adapt source material. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Completely different. Great
Yeah.
job, guys. How do you scare every fan that you ever had?
We're
during
going to
your
pay
book?
for the licensing
No.
for this shit, and we're going to use it in name only.
That's it.
That's it.
And it brings you in droves, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, otherwise, how am I going to feed my narcissistic personality to create something that people love using the IP and making it completely different than expecting people to like it?
Well, at that point, I think if you were sitting, like if I was sitting here to make Chainsaw Man, here's what they did. They just literally ripped Jujutsu Kaisen, altered it just a bit, and repackaged
No,
it
I
under a
honestly
different
think
fucking
every
name.
episode that goes on, I see a lot of differences.
Sort of.
Yeah. It's definitely its own thing. And by the end of it, I completely think it's going to be completely
I think the
separated
concept
from-
that the foundation is different, but I think the way you have to put it in reality changes it a hair.
Yeah,
I think.
it absolutely has similarities to Juju. And guess what?
I mean, I
Things that
have
are like Juju? Okay.
I still right now.
Okay,
I still
I'll
like
take
jujitsu better.
Well, you have the So you've watched an entire season of Jujutsu
And a
Kaisen
movie.
and a movie. You've seen 5 episodes of Chainsaw Man. Why don't we wait till it is over?
6.
To where we can
6,
then
you're
compare.
miscounting.
Well, yeah.
6 makes a difference. I'm good. I can make my assumption on that.
So when we're done with season 1, we will have a conversation to see about how it compares to season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Like how we like to compare
I could
to
draw
that.
a nice little Venn diagram,
Similarities,
differences.
differences. There you go. Well, that
Take it
was
back to elementary
episode 6 of Chainsaw Man. We will be back next week for episode 7 because that's how numbers work.
Yes, we are getting it together, guys.
Let us know in the comments below what you thought about the episode, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.